Okay, guys, we are working on trying to expand the capacity of the room here in English-speaking world, or in this particular Zoom room. There is currently a limit of 100. However, we are working on getting that expanded as we speak. But while we are working on that, guys, give me a one. No, let me rephrase it. Let me know where you're calling in from tonight. Just put your country there in the chat for everyone to see, so we can see where everyone's coming in from here tonight. Brisbane, Australia. Thank you, Tony. Yes, indeed. Netherlands, Sweden, Nevada. We'll be up there next month. Looking forward to that. Guam. Awesome. Denmark. Nice, Jens. Brizzy, UK, Nepal. So we make up your mind. Nepal, come on. You can't foot in both camps. Are you Nepalese but calling in from Nepal? Greece, awesome. Netherlands, Australia, Brisbane, a lot of Brisbaneites, that's good. Well, a few Kiwis in that Brisbaneites too, I might say. Yes, Nepal, awesome. Netherlands, nice. Love my time up in the Netherlands. I'm really looking forward to getting back up in there. And guys, of the 100 people we have maxed out in this chat at the moment, who here, give me a plus if you're a consultant or above. Nice one. Awesome, awesome. Seeing that come through. What about slowed a little bit? No, it's still coming. Still coming. Good to see. Good to see. You guys realize this is a active game, right? You get it's participation game. There'll be a prize for those who participates the best. I can't back that up, of course, but I thought I'd throw it out there to see if we could get a little bit more engagement. Arun from India. Hello, Arun. Actually, Tony O'Neill said she would give a prize. No, I can't back that up either. Don't take me. Take that at face value. So, so let me know. We've had plenty of consultants come through. Let me know if you're a manager or above. Give me a 1 in the chat if you're a manager or above. Tony, you're going to go for every one of them, aren't you? I can tell. Nice. Good to see. There's a lot of Aussies coming through here. Not a lot of other people participating here. Remember, this is a participation game. Excuse me for a second, team. Just asking a question here. Cool, cool. Plenty of ones coming through. Okay, so if you're a leader manager above, give me a 2 in the chat there. I hope you can expand the room. Yeah, Patrick, we're trying to do that right now as we speak, my friend. Unfortunately, I don't have access to it. If we'd used my room, we would have already expanded it. But this is the UK room, or could even be Russia's room. So they've got the controls. So they have to expand it for everyone. 2, 1 there for Jimmy. Nice. Good to see you here, Jimmy. I hope you're well, mate. All right. So if what did I just say? Did I say manager or say leader manager? I said manager. Manager, consultant, manager, leader manager. Okay. So if you're top manager, give me a 3. Top manager and above, give me a 3. Abby, you just want to answer all of them, don't you? It's good to see. It's good. I'm really, really pleased. It's good to see so many of our partners here that have ranked up during that current rank, or the recent rank promotion that we had in the lead up to Eventi. Of course, Eventi was just a mammoth event. Over 15,000 of our partners were at Indira Gandhi Stadium on the, what was it, 11th, 12th, and 13th. So the manager's training on the 11th and the 12th and 13th, and then another 800 of us shot down rather to Goa for the training that was there, which was absolutely epic, of course, as well. Nice one, Pravan. So guys, give me a minus if we've got anybody higher than leader manager here on the call with us tonight. If you're higher than leader manager, higher than top manager, put a minus in the chat just so I can see it there. Nice one, John. I see it there. Good stuff. Good stuff. Not so many people above top manager in here tonight. That's okay. It probably is in the Russian room, which is fine. We'll work on that. So I'm still looking at some of these chats that are coming through to make sure that we try and fix this 100-person issue that we've got going on at the moment. All right, guys. So if it's your first time here, please indicate by putting a 1 in the chat for me. If it's your first time here, put a 1 in the chat. Gervin, welcome. We hope that it fulfills your expectations here this evening. There's definitely some great information that's going to be released here on the call. You're going to hear from some great speakers this evening as well. There are a lot of people on here for the first time, which is absolutely awesome to see. This is what we want to see, guys. We want to see this. So make sure that you get your partners to these summary webinars each and every month, usually at the end of the month, but obviously this month it's at the start of the month. It's the 2nd of November now. Can you believe it that the year has gone so quickly? Obviously there's okay, I'm just getting a message through. Okay, hopefully Marina then she's not here on the chat. I'll have to go through the slides, but that's all right. We can overcome. We ad lib. It's all good. Time is running fast. Yeah, isn't it, Jens? Isn't it? It's almost Christmas. Before you know it, it'll be December. It'll be the end of the year. We'll be doing New Year's resolutions, and well, if that's your sort of thing, and then we'll be starting another year of SWIG, and we'll be celebrating our 6th birthday next year. Yeah, Tony, as I've said, they're trying to work on that at the moment to open it up higher than 100. Yeah, it's max at the moment, Jens, but they can expand that. We just got to find the right person who has access to that back office so they can do it. Huh? Yeah, I think I'm going to try and do that. Guys, I might just try and live stream this into one of the groups. So bear with me for a sec. I may or may not be able to do that. Doesn't look like a cam hasn't been set up in this room. Oh, look at that. We're up to 216. Obviously, it's been expanded, guys, which is good. Awesome. That doubled like that. I love that when a plan comes together. I love it when a plan comes together. So let's see if we can max this out, because I'm guessing we're at the 500 plan. It'd be great to max this out, so share it out. I can't actually live stream this, guys. Otherwise, I would have done that by now. No, definitely can't live stream it. Just looking at some of the chats that are coming through. Good. Sammy, how are you? Awesome. Guys, well, welcome to those people that are just joining us now. Obviously, we had that tech issue to start with where we only had X amount of people able to be joining us in the room. And of course, now we've opened that up and more people are starting to flood in, which is absolutely fantastic. Now, guys, I've already asked this question, but I'm going to ask it again because we've almost doubled our numbers since I asked this the question. Give me a 1 in the chat if this is the first time you're attending one of these summary webinars, please. Stayed up to 2 a.m. to watch. Hey, Terry, well done. Pravan, thank you. Indrish, how are you? Gervin, again, awesome. Chris, are you raising your hand because it's your first time, or? Hold on, I'll put that over there as well so I can see hands rest. Liz from Gold Coast, great, Liz. Awesome, David, thank you. Second time, awesome, it's good to see. Nice to see you here, Howard. Must be early in the morning for you too, is it? Yes, first time. Awesome. From sunny Perth, it wasn't so sunny on the Gold Coast today, Ainsley. Guys, if you're returning here now, give us a 2 in the chat. If this is something you've been here at least once before, or you're starting to come to these webinars regularly. Obviously, this is where the meat and potatoes happen. This is where all the good information comes out. We summarize everything that gets brought upon throughout the month, and of course, it's a chance at the end to have a bit of a Q&A. Cool. So there's plenty of people coming through there, guys. So this evening, guys, or good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world, welcome to this summary webinar for SWIG. We have some great speakers with us this evening. We have Igor Romanenko, who's going to share a little bit about our portfolio and how that's growing. Andre has said that we want to make sure that we're very transparent with that, and there will be reports each and every month. Now, guys, these summary webinars, not everything that you hear on these webinars is something that you should go and share on social media. A lot of the information you hear, some of it you can, absolutely, but a lot of the information is still kind of sensitive, and you need to use discretion in what you share and why you share it, okay? So just be wary of what we are sharing out into the marketplace, so to speak. Dimitri Shislevi is also going to be with us this evening. Armand is going to be joining us, and so is Mila. I think that's it. But guys, for those of you who don't know me, I've got to get to the right slides. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name's Andrew Hawkes. I'm a member of the President's Council that was just newly formed at Aventi. Very, very humbled and honoured to be a part of that. I'm the director of SWIG Australia, which is really just someone that controls the bank account, to be honest. Other than that, there's not much in it. Father of 3 beautiful children. I am a president within the company as well, obviously, otherwise I couldn't be in that great council. And I've been with the company almost 3 years. I've really enjoyed my time here so far, and I know we're only really just getting started. Things have moved and shifted as you'd expect with a company that is growing and writing the playbook as we go. No one in the world has done what we are doing. We are literally writing the playbook as we go. And that's why it's so important to continue to plug into the webinars like these, get the current information from the people that know. You want to get official information and the right information, so you're saying the right things to people moving forward. Because it's so easy to say the wrong thing and to get in trouble for it. So we just want to make sure that we stay on top of things. So guys, what we're going to go through tonight, we're going to talk about when the bonus profit will be paid out. Of course, that's different to the loyalty program, and I'm sure Igor will cover that when he does speak. We're going to talk about the amount of the loyalty programs. What will the amount of the loyalty program grow? So obviously, that's based upon the amount of sales that we have. So that absolutely it could, but I won't take any wind out of any sales there. When the crypto unit will get free for circulation with other fiat and cryptocurrencies, i.e. when you can sell your crypto unit and when you can exchange it for other cryptocurrencies, that will be discussed here this evening as well. We'll talk about how much profit does the global investment portfolio get monthly. Obviously, Igor is going to cover that, but we've got a little bit of an order change here. Hopefully we've got, I'll just double check here, guys, and make sure that I've got the right person. Oh, where's that gone? Here it is. Want to make sure that, okay, cool. That we've got the right people in the right place for what's coming up. What instruments are included in the company's investment portfolio as well, which is important. And we'll cover off at the end just with a couple of different promotions that are coming up. Very, very exciting promotions that I think you'll be incredibly happy about. Yeah, there's some good promotions coming up, and of course, other news as well. Now, this slide, I'm going to skip through this really, really quickly because the person who is programmed to speak next is not, and we've got we've just reversed it slightly. So I just want to introduce here. Just let me get through these guys. To Dimitri Shislevi. Obviously, he's a member of the investment department. He's one of the, in the legal department also with SWIG. Excuse me. I've had the absolute pleasure of meeting and working with Dimitri over the last few years. Got to know him reasonably well, I guess. For people that don't speak the same language, we tend to get on reasonably well, which is awesome. But without any further delay, I'd really like to invite Dimitri out to share with us what he has got for us this evening. So Dimitri, if you're there, if you would like to come out, that would be awesome.
Hello, everyone. I'm here. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Yes, Dmitry, we can hear you loud and clear. Perfect. I've been already introduced, and I'm thankful for such an introduction that at the moment we are having a summary webinar, and I'm going to tell you about the work that has been done by Thank you for such a nice introduction, and I'm gonna tell you about the work that has been done, and I'll tell you about the financial tools that we have, what investment areas we have. Those of you who participated in Avanti might have seen the representatives of the companies that we are investing in, but we did some work too. Could you please move on to the next slide? Please switch on to the next one. Okay, so what has been done so far? Since July, the investments in Sushi Master has been split into several parts. We have opened up several restaurants already, 50-50 franchise, and 23 locations are in the stage of preparation and ready for commissioning. We have found the sites, we are preparing the staff, and the money that we were supposed to pay according to our investment contracts have been paid. There is a minor delay, but we're catching up. And as far as Sushi Master is concerned, we have a very interesting task. We have two areas. First of all, investments in this equity. And we have already have some capitalization, but this topic will be covered by Igor Romanenko. And the second area is a 50-50 franchise, where Sushi Master company, represented by Alex Yanovsky, is a managing company, and we are the owners of the restaurants. We have already several locations opened in Almaty, Ekaterinburg. Now we're planning to open our outlets in Vladivostok and 23 more sites across Russia. We have already paid the first advance payment for the production of the equipment. On artificial diamonds, that's the next topic. We're talking about artificially grown diamonds, but they are as natural as you can get, and we're gonna make cut diamonds out of those rough diamonds. We have already achieved certain success, because if everything is carried out on time, then in early next year we are going to get our first samples, and we're going to implement this project further, because we have already agreements on the distribution, regarding the distribution markets, and Andrei Havratov has very ambitious plans and goals that were set before the developers and our partners, in order to do things that have never been done before. We are going to grow a diamond, a rough diamond, which has never been grown before in the entire world. And we have agreed with to get a certain discount and become part and to buy part of the equity of Shikard. At first we had different arrangements. We were to take a small share in the equity and cover a few cities, but after negotiating After we had our negotiations in October, we had very close and tough negotiations, and we signed an agreement that this application, we buy this application 50-50, and we are going to move together. So we're going to provide special training. So please check the recent news, all the updates. We have very good proposals for our partners and clients in store, and it's going to accelerate the development of our company. It will draw us closer to our goals, and will allow to connect a lot of people, a lot of entrepreneurs and businessmen into our business. And those of you who participated in the event in Goa, we showed you the structure of the holding that we're creating. And this application will be part of the mutual exchange system among the users, which will allow to perform certain exchanges between the producers, sellers, businessmen, and users of practically any products.
And most importantly, that we can get some commission reward for the people to use this or that product. This is a very cool tool for both businessmen and us as users, because this will enable us to save up our money. And you all know that saving is the money you earn, and the entrepreneur will increase their sales and increase their incomes. We continue investing into the Ural Gold, and each time we have some agreements, we fulfill our commitments and agreements. And yesterday, by the way, I received the concept note for the project of the gold manufacturing plant. We agreed to do it in parallel because it's important for us not only to increase the capitalization of the company, but to mine the gold and sell it and accumulate this gold. And as soon as we do it, the income we are going to receive from this area will please all our partners, and the volume to be mined is very large. And the investments into the Ural Gold in October were over 1,300,000 USD. But now we still have 2 payments to make to be affected, and we will close the draft agreement signed. And in terms of the capitalization already generated by this area, very good figures, very interesting ones, which enable us with a fast pace to get the capitalization of the company. The requests submitted for putting into the balance sheet of 1.6 tons of gold, and we are preparing the documents for doing this, and quite probably by December, January, the balance of the company may have from 20 to 25 tons of gold. And it applies to those areas or domains which are already under operation and where we do invest. Please click to the next slide. We did a lot of work as well, because this month we received quite a large proposal on a number of projects, about 17 projects proposed, which we reviewed and took into consideration, and in the process of entering into agreements. This is grain trading agreement, very promising segment, which will enable us to export the Russian grains and different corn crops to overseas, such countries as India, Turkey, China. And this segment is very promising because this is a highly liquid instrument which can generate very decent income and this income may be immediately used to make payments under bonus profit program, because any trading implies sales and purchase with a quiet pace, and these transactions are quite short term, and in case of the framework agreement we can circulate the capital allocated for this segment and make our earning on this and get the profits, the income, which is our goal by the financial department. As Andrei Havratov said, our objective is to invest into those segments which highly liquid assets can generate to increase the amount of the profit our portfolio generates. And this project is at the stage of its completion. All the legal documents have been prepared, and we are in the process of signing of agreements and some MOUs. And in November, December, we will start financing this project, and it will yield good profit. And we also had negotiations and actually came to an agreement of some terms with regard to the education sector. This is 3D multimedia courses aimed at and covering different sectors, including school curricula and university. There are different programs in Russia, for example, such as the national program Digital Russia, and we can offer our product. We agreed all the terms and conditions for our cooperation for another 50 years, and the final draft of the investment agreement has been designed, which will enable us to enter this segment as well. And quite soon the education market as we know it may be transforming into a different format, and actually we will bring our interactive tools, any program, foreign language studies, IT studies, or some very specific courses. The special education will be available to be obtained from this area, and therefore this work has been done within this month. We worked on this month, and the project I mentioned above are in the process of signing, and we continue to finance those areas we have already entered, and they have generated some results. And here I would like to stop my part of the presentation and would like to grant the floor to the next speaker. Thank you for your attention.
Awesome, thank you, Dmitry, for that delivery. Obviously, there's some exciting news from that, guys. Now we're going to go back to the start. We're going back to the future right now. So we were originally meant to start with Igor Romanenko, who is now, I believe, with us. So I'm going to flick through to here. Yep, cool. So we've got his slide up in front of us, which is awesome. Obviously, the actually just been promoted, I guess, from the chief financial officer. I know it says it up there, but we do have a new CFO. I'm sure Igor could possibly talk a little bit about that. But he is obviously in charge of our investments and how that goes. He's a private investor. He's a graduate of the Academy of Private Investor and one of Andrei's original students. And he's obviously he's a vice president with the partner program as well, and just a wealth of absolute knowledge. So you know, I've been privy enough to sit in on a few of the things that Igor has been talking about, and I'm always in awe of what this guy has to say. So he's going to explain a little bit about our portfolio right now, where we're going, how it is looking, and why we can all be pretty excited. Igor, if you're with us, mate, can you please join us now? That would be absolutely fabulous. I'll turn my mic and camera off for you. Don't you love it when that happens? Okay, so Igor apparently is not with us just yet, so we're going to shoot through and talk with our very good friend Mila Sergikova. Now, Mila's going to be sharing with us, excuse me, sharing with us this evening quite a few things. Obviously, most of us here already know who Mila is. She probably doesn't need much of an introduction. She's an absolute champion within this company. She's taught me a lot, and I'm absolutely stoked to be able to call her a friend and a business partner. So without any further delay, I could give accolade after accolade, but I won't. I'll just invite Mila Sergikova out to the floor, and she can have a brief discussion with us also. Mila, how are you?
Hi, Andrew. I'm good. How are you? Can
Awesome,
you guys see me? Can you hear me well? Can you please put a plus in chat if you can see me and if you can hear me? Awesome. Well, thanks a lot. Thanks, Andrew, for the introduction. Really nice to see you guys all here. I'm very excited. We have, as you know, we have stream on different languages, English, Russian, Italian. Very happy to see that our company is growing so much, and I'm really pleased to be here today with you. My topic it will be slightly different today. Before I'm going into much detail on my presentation, I would like to first make some important announcement. First of all, can you please put plus in the chat those of you who has been at the event, which happened to be a few weeks ago in India, Delhi. And put 2 pluses if you enjoyed what you have learned in Delhi, what you have seen in Delhi, if you enjoy the event. Awesome. Some of you put so many pluses. Great. So as you know, Andrei Havratov have made very interesting announcement, which was a big surprise for all of us. And as you know, our company really love to do different surprises and bonuses. And this is something make our company very special. So it's always something extra, always something additionally, which Andrei is sharing with us. And announcement was made that all people who were at the event, or people who purchased the event ticket, they will be given additional crypto unit as the bonus. Remember this announcement? 30,000 crypto unit bonuses were promised by Andrei. And therefore, for all of you guys who've been there, you would be able to see these bonuses in your back office before the payouts, before the 10th. Also, decision has been made for all the people who could not make to the event, and we have some people who are was stuck with the plane ticket. Some people were sick. Some of the people last minute they have to cancel the travel. So whatever the reasons they have, but we had quite a substantial number of people who really wanted to visit Eventy, but they couldn't. So for those people, we also will add 30,000 crypto unit tokens as the bonus. So you can share with this, publicly with all your partners, with all your leaders. That's, company CEO has made the decision to share this with all people. Also, if you attended at the Eventy, a majority of you are, so please make sure that you have complete the form, which is now available in the back office, where you need to submit your tickets, Eventy tickets, when you need to add your flight ticket, and where you need to add the picture selfie of the app from the Eventy. This needs to be completed by 5th of November, which means you only have 3 days left. If people will fail to do this, we would not be able to provide them with their double bonuses, which has been promised. And as you know, the double bonuses will be applicable to their loyalty program, as well as profit bonus, which is new bonus being announced by Andrei. So please make sure that you also call it correctly, not profit bonus, but profit bonus. It's completely different meaning, so let's not confuse. So one more time, please share with all leaders and all the partners in your network and cross networks that people need to submit the forms before 5th. If people will fail to do this, we would not be able to provide them with the payouts company been promised. So the payouts will be given from 5th to 8th as usual. If there are any changes or any delays, we of course will let you know in advance. But as usually, payouts will be from 5th to 8th on each month. So we're aiming for this to happen on time. But please make sure from your side you also submit all documents. Okay? Please put in chat plus if you understand what I just mentioned, if it's all clear. Awesome. Yeah, don't worry. Everybody will be who submitted will be get paid, as I mentioned, from 5th to 8th. So when their loyalty program bonuses will be paid, you will be able to see all these double benefits in your account. So please also be a bit of patient. Awesome. So that was the announcement which I wanted to make. Now let's go to my slides. Can I please click, or can somebody click on next slide? Okay, well, I'm sure you know what is it. These 3 pillars of NEMI, which is education, co-ownership, and business. Can you please put plus if you have seen this before, if you understand what is new economic evolution in the world, and these 3 pillars, you also learn them, or you see them before. Excellent. So today I would like to talk specifically about last part, which is the business part. I want to explain why the business part is essence, why business part, that is where we need to put lots of effort. The business part, this is where we receive the income from our network. And the business part, in fact, it's like one of all the parts are important, but the business part is where we all are united. And business part, this is multi-level crowd investing. So let's talk a little bit detail what I mean by this. Can you please click on next slide? If you look at our company, our structure and our business system, it's very simple, very unique, but very simple. So what you can see in the slides, I call it wheel of business growth. Let's start with the registrations. The more registrations we have each month, the more volume, the more the more conversion, the high conversion we will have. And then today, like in any business, it's called number of game, a numbers game. The more sales you do, the better results you will have. And conversion, of course, will show its own results. So more registration we have as the company, more registration you have as the person, the more volume we will attract as a company, and more volume you will attract as the person. What does this mean? The more volume we do, the more sales we do, the more earnings company receive. The more volume we do, the larger parts will go to the investment. The more we invest in our global portfolio, the larger payouts we receive from the portfolio. You see how this business wheel is go around. It's extremely logical. I agree with you, Jens. And this is, it's very simple, but at the same time, it is not that simple. When you start explaining to people, some of you might feel like, the company is doing very well. Yes, we are doing very well, but we can do much better. And it's up to all of us to contribute. If each of us will start putting goals for itself, if each of us will start looking at ourselves first, what have I done? How many registrations I have done for the months, for the week, for the day? How much business volume I have attracted? Trust me, our business would be on a completely different level now. Everything is so linked. And if we take out, let's say, registrations, we have a 0 registration per month. Do you think we will have a big volume this month? Do you think people will receive more bonuses if we don't have registration? Do you think our portfolio will increase if you don't have any registrations? Of course not. So everything is very linked with each other. We need to be consistent in what we do, and we need to treat this business as our own business. You know, there are lots of time during their conferences, meetings, and trainings. We talk a lot about that our business, you can start from the scratch. You have opportunity to work globally. Each of the people have a multiple income stream access. So it's only up to us how we're going to use it. But it's all started with ourselves. So I really want you to start thinking about this business as your personal business. What knowledge you need to have in order to make this business bigger. What courses you need to take, what webinars you need to attend. As you know, in our company, we have lots of educational content, and these are through the business training. We have investment trainings now in our company done by Antonina Kianovskaya and Niga Romanenko. We have a master profit training, which will be explained later on. But we have so much to give to people where they can upgrade and upscale their knowledge about the business. And the more effective you are in a business, the more volume you will receive, the more bonuses you will have. The more bonuses company receive, larger portfolio we can build, and the bigger our portfolio, of course, the larger payouts will be, larger loyalty program bonuses, in the future, larger dividends when the portfolio is, grows bigger. And this is all, very connected. And of course, we need this pillar for the new economic evolution of the world. We need to be sure that our leaders, they are on the same page. The reason why we have created the President Council and Leadership Council and the local councils is for that everybody is connected through the common goal, but at the same time, each person is responsible for its own business firstly. So therefore, if you really have ambitious goal, and I hope you are, and if you want to be successful in the business, then you need to start with yourself. Start treating this as your own business. And if you feel there is maybe number of registration is not going on as you wish, or you don't have a certain presentation, certain quality of the presentation or quantity, then start with upgrading your knowledge, because only through the knowledge you would be able to get something extra which is missing. And of course, don't forget to put this knowledge into the practice. Otherwise, I call it, the libraries. Libraries would be people who has lots of books in their mind, but this is only theoretical. So let's not to be a library. Let's be the person who use whatever the knowledge gain in the practice. This is what we need in our business. And as you know, we are going so fast through the stages of the development. Yesterday, it was the first day of the new stage, which I would like to congratulate you guys all. But this is still for us the beginning. We're still on the first phase of the development. There is still so much need to be done. And don't think like somebody else will do. Don't think like, well, Andre, he knows everything. He's CEO, he will do. We are all common on this goal. We all need to work together as the team. And we all need to be accountable for our own business. If you don't make your business successful, then how are you going to teach others to be successful? Then how the company will be successful at the end of the day. So therefore, this wheel of business growth is so connected with all of us. And I really want you to start focusing on your personal business, on your personal registrations, on your personal meetings, presentations, rendezvous, on your personal volume. Then collectively as the business, we will increase the revenue massively. And I would like to see every single month, I would want you to hit another record of the business volume, another record of the master profit graduates, another record of people who reach their own goals. I think this is an amazing feelings when we all together in one company, but also individually, we meet in our personal goals and targets and dreams, because this is what this business is all about. Can I please have a next slide? Mm-hmm. So ask yourself, and this would be your homework. So ask yourself first, how much would you want your business to grow for the next 3 to 6 to 12 months? Write down the figure. Write down exactly what countries you want your business partners be. Maybe it's a time for you to open up new markets. Maybe it's the time for you to put a really ambitious goal. So what exactly you want to have as the outcome of your business? Number 2, what rank you would like to achieve. As you know, after the event, we have completed promotional marketing plan. So now we back to the 4 legs marketing plan. So put the goal specifically for the next 6 months. What rank would I like to have? When you put this rank in your dream board, and when you put this rank in I don't know, in your notepad, make sure you not just leave it there, but you go back to the old marketing plan, you open up old marketing plan, and you start calculating what? You start calculating how many, I don't know, managers you need to have, how many consultants you need to have, how many partners, agents. Start calculating the volume which you need to bring. You know, this business at the end of the day, when you change your mindset and you start treating this as your own business, then you will become the own CEO. What does it mean is you are accountable for the business volume. You are the finance guy. You are PA guy. You are the one who making the sales. So you become like an independent organization. And this will help you guys to analyze your structures in your business. So when you put your rank, wherever the rank you would like to achieve, make sure that you actually go back to the marketing plan and you understand what needs to be done in order to achieve these ranks. If you need some, extra trainings on the business presentation or whatever it is, then please go to your upline and ask what the next steps do you need to take. Ask for advice, ask for help, ask for the guidance. That's why you have a sponsor. So sponsor is the person who not just introduce you once to the business and now for the rest of the life taking the commission from you. Sponsor is the person who actually your mentor, who is there with you to help you to grow. Sponsor is the person who holding you by hand and showing how to become successful. This is what sponsors means. So the first person who would you need to look the advice and guidance will be your upline. If your upline for whatever the reasons or not maybe able to help and answer all the questions, then you go to upline over the upline. That's why in your back office, you have 2 people. The first is your upline and second person is your higher rank person in your structure. Then we have lots of webinars, lots of online trainings. Then we have local conferences with the local leaders. The next department, we have a leadership council. And the highest department, we have a president council. So we have a lot of support in our company. So please start using this. Number 3. When you put the goals, make sure that you outline what income you would like to have. In our business, it's very simple to calculate the income. Again, the marketing plan will really help you to put this into their framework. You need to take their calculator and start calculating what will be the volume, what will be the percentage every single time. Probably if you notice, but when Andre does the training, when all of us who are like in President Council, when we give any trainings, when we give some content, we usually show you also on a calculator how to calculate your commissions, how to calculate the volume, how to calculate percentage from your downline. So start using this as well for yourself on a daily purpose. When you do the presentation, do the circles and calculate and show people what is there for them. So for you, put the goal, what income you want to have, what income you would like to have for next month, for next 6 months, for next 12 months. What will be your personal goals? Then the lifestyle. What lifestyle you want to have? Would you like to maybe become an international speaker and travel the world? Maybe you would like to be part of the leadership council next year. Maybe you would like to open up new countries. Maybe you want to become a coach for the Genius of Finance game or master profit trainer. So what lifestyle you would like to have? What would like to use from the all instruments, all the spectrum of the instruments which company has? What is your choice? Where you see yourself? This is very important. And that's why when we do any trainings, any deeper trainings for the partners and above, we usually go through the dreams first and we talk about the lifestyle. And of course, we talk about the dreams. And these are fundamentals. I would actually should have put them first because that is where you start with your dreams and with your lifestyle. They are very important and they are fundamentals. If you don't understand why you're here, then it will be difficult for you to build successful business. You need to connect yourself with your biggest reason why. You need to connect yourself with what is that you want for yourself, for your family members, for your people, for your partners, for the entire world. Remember, we talk about fourth level of motivation. Go through this video again, understand where you're at the moment with your motivation level and what needs to be taken next. I really advise you guys to start using this, little questions to yourself. At the end of the day, the biggest decision being made within ourselves to ourselves. When we talk openly, what do I want? How do I want? This is where you will see how the puzzle will slowly connect together. And this is where we all need to help each other as the one organization. That's why we have a different hierarchy, and that's why we formed different departments to help you to become more successful. Because the more successful people we have in our company, the more success the company will have. And then to the day, to build new economic evolution in the world, we need to have 15% or just even 30% will be better to the world population, which means that our business needs to grow across the globe, not with the speed which we have now. We need to increase the speed 10 times, 100 times more in order to achieve what we all wanted to achieve collectively. There are so many countries yet still where people don't know about us. There are still lots of countries where we have some partners, but they're not growing that fast. So maybe now is the time for you to really start thinking about this business as your personal business. Start to put for yourself a massive goals. Answer all these questions. See what help you need and seek and ask people. I'm very confident that in our company, we would be able to achieve all the personal goals. And as the fact, our biggest goal as a company, which is to build new economic evolution of the world. Can you please go to the next slide? And I believe that each of us, we are this, magicians. We don't need to have, the magical genie who would be able to make our own wishes to reality. We can make all our dreams to become reality ourselves. And we have all instruments which we ever need to make this successful. And it's really up to us, whether we use this or not. So our success is in our hands. And only collectively we can make the new economic evolution of the world. On this note, I would like to ask you, would you want to know now what instrument we have in our company which will be able and help you to grow your business 100 times more? Put the plus if you would like to know what is this instrument. If I'll tell you that after when people use this instrument, the business grew exponentially in so many countries, in so many regions in the world. When I use this instrument, after that, I decided to quit my corporate life and I decided to be fully in this business because I understood how powerful this company is. So on this note, I would like to invite a very special person who is a member of the President Council. He is my friend and business partner. He is here to explain you guys how you can use this instrument and take your business to the next level. Same like all of our in leadership and President Council, all of us, we use it, we see success, and this is only once in life opportunity. The events, they will not happen again. Events we had in Delhi, it happens only once in a lifetime. Next event, it will be completely different atmosphere, completely different country, completely different meaning. So same in our life, every single event ever happening, it's only once in a life opportunity. So take this once in a life opportunity. Take this amazing instrument with all seriousness and readiness to action. And I can tell you guys, you will see how your business will be on a next level. So next year or year after, we can welcome you to the Leadership Council and the President Council team. So I would like to invite Armand Mournieks to take the lead from this. Let's welcome him. Usually I would say with the massive applauses. Here on the webinar, I will just say, put in the chat, welcome, very warm welcome to Armand Mournieks, who will share with you the best ever instruments we have in our company. Armand, please.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me loud and clear and see me? Crystal clear? Perfect. Guys, they added me to the Russian chat for some reason, but it's okay. I can speak both languages, thankfully. Perfect. Now, in the English chat, can you hear me and see me well? Can you see me? Today, I'm going to share with you a revelation that I've made. So you can see, I need your full attention for half an hour, okay? Good. So friends, those of you who don't know me, if we have such people, please put a plus. If you don't know me and if you don't know who I am, put a plus in the chat. So if we don't have such people, then we'll continue. So for some reason, okay, now I see them. Those of you who don't know me, guys, I am the Director for Strategical Development of SWIG company, Crypto Unit Incorporated, and a group of companies of SWIG whose aim is to ensure that people are prepared and trained to implement our new economic evolution of the world program. So I would like to start with a simple thing, as a game. I guess all of you used to play games. For example, let's take a game called Monopoly. Did you play that game? Or do you play that game? And could you please tell me whether you managed to win that game right away from day one, or take any other game? So whatever game you prefer, chess, for example, did you manage to win that game right away? So when you make your first attempts, usually you don't get the desired results. But when you make a second attempt and you need to step over the bitterness of loss, then you make a second attempt and then you get a better result, right? So someone tells me that you can hear some noise and some echo. Can you hear me loud and clear? So basically, this is the question to the Russian chat, because the English channel is hearing the translation, right? Okay, so if you're hearing echo, it's on your end, not on mine. So when you're playing the same game for the second, third time, you already start playing better because you already start understanding the rules. I might reveal a secret to you, but all of you in your lives are playing games. every one of you is a player in a big game. Let me give you a simple example. Can you remember your first day when after you graduated, you went for a job interview? So you went for a job interview, and remember the moment when you started your first day and you absorbed all the information that they threw at you like a sponge because you wanted to stay. And now I'd like to hold a small training with you that helped me a lot. And I'm sure that people that are ready to absorb and to accept that information that I'm going to give you and use it in their everyday life, it's going to help you the way it helped me and all other leaders of our company, and not only of our company. So the first thing, before we really start, the first thing I would like to share with you is, and the reason I'm saying this is because it went through me. So it was the year 2014, I think the end of 2014, I was attending Andrei Fedorovich training called Playing the Game of Life. And I remember he was holding this training for 6 hours. And I'm not sure whether all of you are ready to sit for 6 hours and to absorb all the information they're throwing at you. But I remember back then I was in a search. I was looking for something that would bring significance to my life, some kind of a prominent event or a prominent thing that would not only, so that I do not waste my life and then pass away. I wanted to help people improve their lives. And this dream, this goal of mine did not give me any rest. So I attended that training, and what I liked most is when Andrei Fedorovich said, you should understand that all of you are playing the game of life. But some of you are playing small and some of you are playing big. And now let's go back to my original question. Remember when you were playing your game for the first time, Monopoly, chess, checkers, cards, you lose until you start understanding the rules. Am I right? So if you think I'm right, put a plus.
And now, what is a rule? Who writes down these rules? Why do these rules exist? Ask this question yourselves. And the rules are actually written down by someone who is a master in this game. And now, let's imagine the following. Let's discuss, or who can tell me which occupation we would like to discuss. Please give me an example of any occupation, any profession. Great. Shop assistant. Imagine a shop assistant who comes to his workplace. This is his first day, and he starts not selling the products, but giving it for free. He starts sorting out the eggs or putting the eggs together with some grains. Unless the shop assistant knows the rules of the game, the rules of the play, this person starts doing something which other people may not understand. Do you agree with me? And to say, I start putting bread into a freezer together with some frozen products, it will turn out to be that I am a crazy guy, a crazy shop assistant. So this is a person that does not understand the rules of play. And what is the result of this shop assistant? He will be dismissed and fired. And the reason I'm saying this is that we all play our life. And this life today Either you are a businessman or entrepreneur or an investor. So this is our life. Do you agree? So I'm saying this to say that we are together with you playing the game of investors and entrepreneurs. Do you agree with me? If you do, please put plus. If you don't agree, if you disagree, put minus. Most of you agree as far as I see. And now let's look at the result. Please tell me who would like today to increase his or her result. Please write down 1 if you are ready today to learn to play this game according to the right rules. Put down 1. And this is actually similar to what Mila Serdikova showed you, that here the rules of play matter. And now please, all of you, take a white piece of paper with a pen. I will give you some seconds for this, for you to get some paper and pen. And now, together with you, on this paper, we will write down the word thinking. Thinking. What is thinking or mindset? So this is the resource which enable you to absorb and accept new information, to start playing your life game. While you're looking for a paper and a pen, I will continue my story with Andrei when I first was at his training, A Game of Life. At that time, I did nothing. I had no experience in any business. I didn't understand how to open the company. I understood nothing. And he told me, so start playing this game big. You were playing tiny things. Start playing the game big. What does it mean? It means to understand what you want. If I understand, for example, that I want to be a businessman, I need to start playing business. And what does it mean to play business in your life? It means you need to find how the company is opened, how it is set up, how you can find an accountant, what an accountant must do. You must recruit a person. You may dismiss a person one day, or you must submit a report. So you shall try yourself in the shoes of this person, of the businessman. And later on, as soon as you did it once, you can repeat it again and again. In our business, everything is done through the game. For example, this business, I made and created this business by playing. I simply heard that Andrei advised to deliver 5 presentations a day, or for example, I need to visit different trainings, and I did it. I heard from him doing it in practice, and actually I practiced my skills. What I did, I was a good student. That is the most important thing. And I want, together with you now, to play. Are you ready to play with me? Guys, ready? Yes, you are. You all have a paper and a pen, and please write down thinking mindset. The rules of play are the following. I will give you a number, any number, and your task is to split it into 5. You divide this figure, you divide it by 5, and you get some amount. Your task here, within 1 minute only, to spend this amount of money in 5 different segments. What a segment is, for example, investments of any kind into gold, real estate, Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, your car, or something else. So this is one segment, investments altogether. The second one is clothing, either shorts, socks, a t-shirt, a shirt. So this is another segment, clothing. So your task will be to spend within 1 minute this amount by investing it into 5 segments. And now, together with you, we will do 7 exercises, and I will explain why 7. And afterwards, I will show you the understanding I got in 2014. Are you ready? If you are ready, please write down pluses. We will train with you. This is a very powerful training, and I can assure you that I took him about 30 times, and each time it happened that there was a different result. But when you know the rules of the game, it's quite easy for you to skip a few levels. Please now write down that one bank, any bank, for example, UGPay Bank, let's assume it is a UGPay bank, provided to you $80 US, which you need within 1 minute, very quickly, to spend on something, but into different segments. So 80 divided by 5, how much will we get? $16 US per each segment. $16 US. So you can multiply it by your national currency. Indians, for example, rupee, it will be about 1,000 rupee, 1,100 rupee, or for example, in euro, it will be roughly 15 euro. So divide it by your national currency exchange rate to ease the process. And now, within 1 minute, please, on this white paper, write down where you will spend these $16 US on and different segments. Ready? If you are ready, please write down 1. And I will measure the time. Great. 1, 2, 3, let's start. You have 1 minute only. If you're ready with this exercise, please write down plus. Ten seconds left. Yes, I see. The time is over. Now, well, now here we have, who do we have? Galina Ilyukhina, Irina, Alevtina, Ruta, Stepan, Natalia, Vasily. Good. So it means I see that we have people who have done this exercise. Now 800 divided by 5. You have 160 USD per each segment, either rupee, lire, Russian rubles, euro, and now you need to allocate 160 USD per each segment. Again, 1 minute only. The time starts. While you're writing this down, I will tell you some insights from myself. It's very easy to write it down very quickly what you have in your mind, but try to do the following. When you write down, try to visualize the shop where this thing is located, the venue, the location, the exact location of this thing you would like to invest, the interior, so you might be in your thoughts in the place, not only knowing the price, how much it may cost, but you must visualize very clearly the store, the shop where you may buy it. 10 seconds left. 5 seconds left. The time is over. Now, please write down to those of you who has done this exercise within this 1 minute. I see that we have some people who may probably understand how it works. Yes, I see more people now. Awesome. Then please make a tick that $160 more people were successful in spending this. So now 8,000 divided by 5, and altogether we have 1,600 per each segment within the same 1 minute. Ready? Start, please. Start writing this down. While you're writing, I will continue telling you about my understanding and my thoughts about the game, the rule of play. When in a shop, there is a shop assistant, let's come back to this example, when he or she does some things which are not included and are not compliant with the rules of play, there is only one way for him or her. They will be dismissed, and the person must learn the rules available in each specific occupation to be able to be successful in this company, to be employed by this company. 5 seconds left. The time is over. And now, if you managed to do it, please write down 3. Write down 3 if you managed to do this exercise. Oh, I see that 1,600 is spent much easier than 160. So now we have 80,000 divided by 5, 160,000 US dollars or euro or rupee, and within the same 1 minute to be allocated to 5 different segments. The time starts. English speaking chat, Spanish speaking chat, Italian speaking chat. Are you following us? Can I get your feedback, please? So those of you who managed to cope with this exercise, please write down 4. Italians are good, and what about English? English speaking partners and audience, are you good? The time is over, guys. Please highlight how many segments did you indicate. Now we will do the following: 800,000 divided by 5, and eventually we get 160,000 US dollars. 160,000 US dollars to be spent within the same 1 minute. But please note that we must spend within 1 minute 160,000 US dollars for 5 different segments. The time is metering. As soon as you cope with this exercise, please write down 5, and I will continue with my thought. Well, look, when this person grows up to a specific level, when he or she understands how the shop operates, he tries to find how he can open the shop on his own. Why can he open a shop on his own? Because he knows the rule of play. In any business, there are rules of play. Investments have the rule of play. Financial world has the rule of play. And each of us understanding the rule of game is becoming. So we start living our life in wealth and prosperity. 5 seconds left. The time is over. Well, 1, 2, 3, 6, 8 people. 7 with 4, 3, a lot of them, 2. So we had problem with 1 and 5. Okay, we are moving on. Now we spent 8 million. UGP Bank provided us 8 million and 1,600,000 within to be spent for 5 segments within the same minute. This time starts metering. While you are writing this down, I'm continuing. Now, when this person or the people that learn the rules of play, they start taking the first steps. And even if you are a good theory guy, you may not be a good practitioner. If you know the theory, you may not be successful in practice. Great. So if you coped with this exercise, please write down 6. I see that we have very bright leaders who, so they will cope with 100 million easily. Let's have a look. But I see that for the others, it is more difficult to cope with this exercise. Okay, the time is over. Now let's pause for a while. Let's stop for a while. So the first level is $8 million US. Now I will give you some time. Please write down. I need 1 representative from Russia, Italy, UK, or English-speaking audience. My question is as follows. Please assess, based on what you've written down, where within 1 minute you managed to spend the money faster, in an easier way. So which of these levels of this exercise were much more easier for you to do, to cope with? So the easiest level is 4 and 5. Andrei Mehaidarov. Marta, level 6. Alexei Vitseev, level 2. Valentina, level 3. Maya Yashkina, 5 and 6, up to 5th, the 4th level. And we have, guys, I hope that in the English-speaking chat and Italian-speaking chat, everything is fine. And the results are quite similar. There is a view that it is easier to operate and manage large amounts of money. Well, Emilia, level 1 and 4. So please agree with me that starting from level 2 to level 4 and 5, 80,000 and 160,000. So actually you are progressing easily. We are continuing the same minute, but now we have 80 million USD provided by UGP divided by 5, and we get eventually 16 million. 16 million per each segment within the same minute, 1 minute. The time it starts. Good, guys? I'm talking less because now the exercise gets harder. 16 million US dollars. If you buy a yacht, you must specify which brand of yacht it is. Or for example, you are buying a country cottage, specifically where the location, the address. You must feel that your brains get overloaded. 5 seconds left. If you are ready, please write down 7. The time is over. And here, Irina Galushkina, Andrei, Alexei, 3 people. I do hope that everything is fine with the English speakers, Italian speakers, and Spanish speakers listening me through interpretation. Everything is fine. So you've done it. Great, guys. We are moving on. 800 million USD provided by UGD Bank with a task to spend within 1 minute 160 million USD per 5 segments. The time starts. Tanya, can you please write down the names of the Italian speakers? If you're ready, please write down 8. Maya, perfect. We still have 20 seconds left for this exercise. 15 minutes left. 15 seconds left, sorry. 10 seconds left. 5. The time is over. So we've reached 800 million USD. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8 people in my chat. Can you please tell me, please write down plus if you failed, if you spend this money into 2, 3 segments instead of 5. Do we have such people? Yes, I see we do. Great, guys. We are moving. Now we have 8 billion. Divided by 5, and eventually we get 1.6 billion per each segment. Good luck. 1 minute. As soon as you are ready, please write down 9. Time is over. Awesome. We have winners. 2, 3, 4, 5 in my chat. Great, friends. Now I will tell you why we need this exercise and how it may help you in your business. Well, firstly, I'd like to continue and finish my thought about the game and the rules of play. I'm sure that many of you who wrote down 9 or 8, that indeed you have quite similar investments, either buying a house to your granny, another house for your granddad, another house for your mom, but it's not what required. If you have 5 segments, then it should be like this. For example, Sun City yacht of 52 feet. For example, this is for 1,600,000. Then the second segment, Mercedes McLaren, some special edition version, or another segment is watch by Mueller, by Franco Mueller, at this price. But again, where specifically? So if I say, for example, a hotel in Dubai, in Sheikh Zayed Street, there is the shop of McLaren available, or in the Plymouth in UK, there is the plant for the manufacture of Princess yachts, because I visited that production and I saw it with my own eyes. Coming back to a watch, I know that in Dubai Mall, there is a store where this watch is sold.
So as for the house worth 1,600,000, I know that in Thailand I can build a huge villa at 1.6 million, because I know even the site, because when we were considering the construction of our villa, we met that person and he showed us the locations and the villas that you can buy. So all those things, the reason why I was giving you this, my personal example, is that when you start looking for the options out there, you see that there are no limits. It's like the rules of the game. What else can I buy at $16 million? What about 1.6 billion? So that's how you develop and pump your brain. And why do you need to do it at all? Why do you need to develop yourself? Why do you need to upgrade yourself? You know, our business is a multi-trillion business. And many people were at the level of 2-4. It's $160 is very easy to spend. That's the circle you're in. So that's the, like telling a child, look, here you go, you have $1 and buy whatever you want. And that child will buy chewing gums, candies, things he is aware of. But in the investment business, we need to grow all the time. And we need to develop, to upgrade mentally, physically. You can compare it to a trip to the gym. If you go to the gym simply to observe how other people exercise, you're not gonna have a six-pack on your belly or biceps, triceps. But if you do it gradually, you won't get the necessary results. You'll get tired and then you'll skip your trainings, etc. That's the way it works, the same way in investments. When you start doing business here, it's like your first trip to the gym. It resists you. But the way we can achieve in this business is, first, we need a trainer, an instructor, a coach that will show us what to do, what diet we should follow, what training equipment we should use. If we have this gym metaphor, as for a profession, like an occupation, we need a person who will show you the ropes, you know, how to do it. And then you start doing it and you start getting more and more involved and you understand how it all works. And going back to the level 2 to 4 or 5, most people can spend that money. And the realization that I got back then is that this was my level. Do you know what I mean? The level of your thinking, the level of your life, your condition, status, the understanding of the global life processes. It's the level based, like somewhere the minimum, because we all went through that level. I remember there were times when we had $16 per week only and still were managed to scrape through, right? And today we have 1.6 thousand. That's another level. But you must agree that there are people who today earn billions of dollars. You must agree, right? Yeah, so you understand, right? People say that I'm stimulating greediness, greed in people. Well, guys, money is the reflection of your life. It's the reflection of the input, of the value that you add to the lives of other people. If today you don't earn money, it's because you do not add value. And the way you can add that value, let's ask this question. How can we add a lot of value? We can do it only if you do good deeds for other people. Things that you do perceived by them as value. And in that moment, people are ready to pay you with their energy, part of their lives, for getting that value from you. Therefore, all big coaches that share their experience with people are individuals who made a lot of mistakes in their lives, who went bankrupt on many times. They went through a lot of things and they're now ready to share this experience with you. And then they asking $1,000 from each person for that person to attend his masterclass or trainings or clinics. And then that person shares part of himself, part of his energy to those people, with those people. And we are unique creations, all of us. And we are here on this planet to add value, but for some reason we forget. Well, we not even forget, we ignore our purpose and we start doing things for ourselves only. Now let's go back to what Mila said. There are levels of motivations, and the level of motivation when we think only about ourselves is the lowest level there. When you don't have anything, you think about yourself only. When you have a lot of things going for you, you already start willing to share with other people. So the realization of this all is that, and you need to realize that every game has its rules, and we are playing the game of businessmen and investors. And by understanding the rules of the game, I assure you, you can become a successful entrepreneur, a successful businessman. You can create your own investment portfolio only by knowing the rules. And where can we read about those rules? Those rules are available at different trainings. For example, I found a certificate among my stuff. It's the first certificate of the Academy of a Private Investor. it was my first training that I graduated from. Then I have a Brian Tracy's certificate. I took his training. I paid $2,000 in order to get to that training. Then I have a certificate. It's a University of Andy Harrington for public speeches. And you will have those materials available to you as well very soon. So I paid money for those courses. This information helps me today do my business. And I'm not talking about multi-level crowd investing. I'm talking about business in general, the business that we are doing. This information that I received in the Academy of a Private Investor allowed me to create an investment portfolio together with Olga Shintina, my wife. Together, we're creating our own investment portfolio. And guys, it's already worth millions of dollars. And this knowledge, this information that I received bit by bit from different places. But curiously, the training that I attended, Brian Tracy's training, I received nothing but information. And it depends on me how I'm going to use that information. And now I would like to motivate you towards a very important thing. Each and every one of you today tries to do their business without realizing the potential of that business. Each and every one of you today is waiting for the promised dividends. When are you finally going to pay us everything that you promised us to pay? Well, first of all, Andrei Khavratov is never making promises. He is making forecasts, but his forecasts consist of several parts. Parts that he can do himself and parts that are beyond his will. And the parts that are beyond his will and control are within our reach and control. And since you are today the co-owners, you should ask yourselves, what did you do in order to get what you want? Ask yourself this question. So when you answer this question, then you'll understand that today you, as a businessman or a businesswoman, do not promote your business good enough, well enough. And I'm not talking about people here in this webinar. I'm talking about the community that we're in. We have what? Almost 800,000 people who supported us. People who are pioneers in promoting the new economic evolution of the world. And if you watched Andrei Khavratov's video when he says that in order to launch Skyway, to have Skyway across the entire world, I'm talking about Anatoly Yunitsky technology, Skyway, that we support and will support, because without it, there is no future. Without moving harmful production to the orbit, there is no future. But it won't be possible if we don't have money either, because we are living in a material world, and in order to build something, we need money. And how can we have a lot of money? We need to understand the rules of the game. And I'm telling you about the rules of the game called business, multi-level crowd investing. And the most important component here is the financial investment literacy. And the financial investment literacy is something that will enable all of you to become receivers of money in a passive mode. I'm talking about passive income, constant flow of passive income. Imagine that we have 10% of the world owning 90% of the entire money. So if we chip away 20% more, and we'll have 30% of people, I'm talking about us and other people, and then the rich one will have 70% of it, right, of the entire pie. And of course, it's not profitable for them, but the market will expand. There will be more funds available. There will be a lot of sites on the planet that will considerably improve. And only then we will be able to implement any project. We won't have to wait until some bank or financial company will sign big financial investment funds sign the loan and give us the money that we need to do what we know that we need to do. Because we all understand that Unitsky's technology is a need, is a must. We all understand that the capitals of the world are choking on fumes and exhausts, a lot of traffic jams, etc. We need Skyway. So who of you would like to earn at least 10 times more than you have right now? Put a plus. At least 10 times more. Good. First, every one of us can easily today sell the product that we have, and I'm talking about new program and crypto unit program, can sell those products and earn tens of thousands of dollars, even hundreds of thousands of dollars, because what Andrei Fedorovich and his team are giving to us is not fully understood, is not fully appreciated. So this is my homework for you. Go online today and find at least one company which would be similar to us, which would enable you by taking courses like this, held by different trainers, and at the same time, that would give you a share in their business. You won't find such companies. Moreover, I can tell you that people in the investment world understand that even 5% per month is a lot of money. It's like a very high interest in the world of financial instruments. And when you realize that this is your own business, and when you start realizing the potential of it all, when you start being a businessman and not just a consumer, acting like a businessman, you'll see that you'll be able to sell products worth tens and hundreds of thousands of dollars, because this opportunity costs even more than the money I've just named. And I'm not the only person in this company that signed contracts worth many money, much money. We have a lot of people doing the same job, but for you to be able to do it, you need to become an investor worth a certain amount. So when you're motivating a person to join this unique opportunity, to use it, and you tell him that it's going to cost you like you have to buy a package worth 8,000 units, yet at the same time you invested only 10 units. Do you think a person will heed you, will listen to you? No. That person will invest $10, 10 units too. In the United Kingdom, we had a situation when a lady came to us. She invested $100 and she bought a package worth $100. I don't remember which one it was. And she brought her friend, who was an investor and a businesswoman, because she was talking about Mila. Mila was the leader back then. And she said, yes, I like it. I'm ready to invest. And she was thinking about investing 10,000 units or more. And you know what happened? When she asked her friend, how much did you invest? she said, I invested $100, and she, instead of $10,000, invested $100. And those situations are all over the place. If you don't believe in your own products, you cannot do this business. It will be very difficult for you to do it. And in order to believe in it, you need to attend Master Profit courses. So we're gonna hold courses with the participation of all those members of the Leadership Council, of the Presidential Council. Those are people who already made their fair share of mistakes and now are on the right path and are ready to share their experience, their practical experience, yes, with you, and give you the advice that we all need. And today, in order to become one of those people who will move New Economic Evolution of the World project forward, who will grow our portfolio, who will look for different investment opportunities, in order to do it all, I can assure you, $1,500, which is the price of the ticket to the Master Profit, is peanuts. It's just nothing. But for that money, you're going to have your life changed. And by applying in practice all those things that you're going to learn at Master Profit and that Andrei Fedorovich and his team will share with you, you will have your return on an investment. But the problem here is that people go and buy the training, but without having the product itself, without having the understanding of the value of crypto unit, that person will have a very hard time building his or her business, because without buying the product himself, that person suggests someone else buys it. Imagine I'm telling you, go buy a very tasty ice cream. I never tasted it, but I tell you it's tasty, go buy it. Are you gonna believe me? Of course not, because you cannot sell stuff you didn't buy yourself. So today I think that the value that we get from Master Profit courses, based on all the trainings that I participated and that I held, let me assure you that it costs at least $5,000, not $1,500. And I explain you why. My friends went to Tony Robinson courses, trainings. You know, Tony Robinson is a very cool trainer. They went Life and Business Master, and the price of the ticket was $5,000 to $10,000 depending where you live. And you know, it was so interesting for me to hear their opinion when they told me that during day 2, Tony Robbins gave the 8 rules of a private investor, but named them differently. He was speaking about our 8 rules of a private investor with his own examples to people who paid $5,000. Do you get it? There is nothing new under the sun. So everything new that we learn is a well-forgotten old stuff. So we're talking about things that were passed on from a coach to the trainee to the students. And Tony just repackaged it all and then resells it as something that he devised, that he thought of. So those are the rules of the game that I was talking to you about. The rules that you can apply together with your coaches and mentors. And by applying them in your lives, you will achieve the desired result. And when you achieve the desired result, we will get our 1 billion people. And when we do, we will be able to implement any projects. So just understand this, realize that, and do this similar training for your friends, your relatives. Rock the boat and upgrade your thinking, because a yacht or a cottage worth $1 billion is the same 4 walls. It's the same room. You cannot stay, for example, even if you have a castle, you cannot be everywhere at once. You'll be still in the same 4 walls. But this level of thinking will allow you to have a different level of conversations or a conversation at a different level, and people will come to you, people on a completely different level. So our special price for you today is 1,500 units for a master profit course that you can buy either by installments, 500 for 3 months, or in a lump sum, 1,500. In November this year, we are going to hold training. The master profit training, which will be held not by the people who taught us, because many of you already took the courses and know what it's all about. We're talking about a completely new set of speakers, trainers, and coaches that will share their experience, how they achieve such result.
Please tell me, my question to you, who would like to expand his or her abilities and at least make the successful business? Those of you who would like to have a successful business, please write down plus. Now put down 1, those people who today would like to create their own investment portfolio. While you are putting down ones, I have some time left, 5 minutes left, by the way. I want to tell you about my leaders who I started with. They are Mila Serdyukova, Aneta Martisona, Alena Pepina. You all know these faces because we started this business together. Well, you know what is interesting? Quite recently, we wanted, so we have investment literacy, and we wanted to invest in the already existing business. But the threshold, the minimum threshold is $25,000. So we assessed all the risks, and what we do? We joined together and make a company which entered that company as an investor. And by this, I want to show you that we are not simply doing money on the business. This is one side of the coin, but the knowledge you get here in investments, you can apply them in practice together with those people, with your partners in your team. And it's nice, by the way, they are the girls. But we have Andrew Hawkes today as well, who represents Australia, and he is an investor as well. But I am referring to the people we started together in 2014 when no one believed. And today we have, each of us has the investment portfolio, and we would like to share this with you to have understanding and specific vision how this money, how you receive this money, not because you need this money, but because it means your stability, your freedom, your independence. You can do what you want, but not where you are overloaded. This is what you can get through taking Master Profit course. And personally, I will also participate in this Master Profit course, and I like it a lot to share my experience with others, with those, particularly, there are people willing a lot. They simply grab my hand and say that we will not let you go unless you show what you do, how you do, unless I get a result. I will not run for you or search for you, but if you start following us in the good understanding of this word, I can assure you that we all together become like a one united family whose goal is to ensure financial stability and independence and financial freedom for ourselves, and later on to share this value with everyone in the world. If you agree with this statement, if you are ready, if today you have this understanding that you simply need to learn the rules of game, of the financial game and the business aspects of the company, please right now write down 8. Put down 8, those of you that are ready to reach a high level. I'm not talking about everyone. I'm talking about those conscious people that would like to take their business to a higher level, to grow up their business, to develop their business, because the trainings, master profit training, they are those people that are heads or CEOs of some companies, or they are heading some departments. But this is where actually you learn how to apply all these skills in practice. And a short announcement about Igor Romanenko. Igor Romanenko will be on Monday. What is the date on Monday? The 9th of November. Igor Romanenko will speak and will report to you for the last 7 months about our investments made, how much finance is our long-term or short-term finance, because you are all co-owners, and since you are co-owners, you are all entitled and have the right to participate and know all the things we are talking about. Well, look, on Monday, you will receive a form. Remember, Andrei told you that on Monday we will send a form for voting, the first voting ever of all of us as the members of the closed club, about the bonus profit to be calculated under the loyalty program for crypto units. All of you, please, this form will include 4 options: 8, 15, 26, and 35%. And the votes for one of these options, the majority vote, this will be our joint collaborative decision about the bonus profit to be paid out, and the remaining amount will be reinvested into a larger investment portfolio and getting the result all of us is expecting. Well, agreed. And please tell me if we have connection to our chat, English speakers, Italian speakers. Here I see that in the Russian speaking chat we have people that already understand the steps and why it is required to grow further and higher. And in November in Moscow, and all the information will be posted on our website, each of you will not be able to enter yourselves, but to inform those partners that are not here. Master Profi in Moscow, in Irkutsk, we will have Master Profi in Spain for Spanish speakers, because there are a lot of people. Then we will have Italy from the 6th to the 8th of December. Terenti, Bergamo, you will see it. They are those teams that have been, that are existing and are ready to move forward. But to conclude, I would like to tell you the following. Each training, dear friends, I visited in my life didn't equip me only with knowledge and results, but most importantly, it changed my surrounding. And I will cite the words of Don Peng. He is a well-known billionaire, and he said the following: please show me your 5 friends in your surrounding, and I will show you your future. And I wish all of you today to find these 5 people that will elevate you higher, to the sky that will inspire you, that will help you to change not only your life, but the life of the people surrounding you. Because this is the synergy effect. When you change, your surrounding change, your remote surrounding change afterwards, and you will never stop this process. This is like a wave. And I sincerely wish this to all of you because I felt it myself. And from my end, I would like to say that I would be pleased to help each of you. But the day is limited, only 24 hours, and there are many of you. And therefore, we will meet at such closed events where we will be able to change our surroundings. My name is Armand Murnieks. Good day to all of you. And I think that this session was quite useful to all of you. And once again, I'm grateful to all of you for joining us today, being with us today. And please believe me, together with you, we will do it, surely. So we have only one-way ticket. Bye.
Okay, guys, thank you very much, Armand. That was
Спасибо большое,
awesome.
Арманд. Это было просто изумительно.
Apparently, we've got some translation in our room too.
Что-то у нас происходит с переводом.
Well, I'll just share the screen again, guys. We're almost coming to the end now. I think.
Я просто вижу что-то на экране не то.
From what Armand's just said, it looks like. No. Marina has said that try to invite you again. So, guys, we did introduce him a little bit earlier. So I'm going to try and introduce him again now, so we can run through the portfolio.
Сейчас.
So, Igor, if you are out there, my friend,
Вернуться к Игорю.
Amazing wrap before and a great welcome. If you could come out and join us.
Если вы здесь с нами на связи, просто замечательно, мы готовы вас приветствовать.
It is English speaking. We've just got translation in here as well that hasn't been muted. I can't mute it. Sorry.
Я не отключил перевод.
Actually, yes, I can. My apologies. Done. So hopefully the translation is going into the Russian room.
В русскоговорящем чате есть перевод.
Muted Russian, John, it's okay, but we do need to unmute the translator again if we want to hear Igor. John, we're in English, mate. This is the English room. I did mute the Russian translation, but what you need to understand is it's also the English translation, so it needs to be unmuted again so that we can hear the Russian or the English translation of the Russian. So I'm just going to try and unmute that again to see if Igor was with us.
А нам надо будет, чтобы мы, англоговорящий чат, слышал перевод на английский.
Okay, so it doesn't appear so I've muted that out again. Guys, what I'm going to do is just follow on from what Armand said. Obviously, there's a lot of good information in what he just went through. He took you guys through some pretty amazing and impressive exercise. And it's all about the power of thinking much, much bigger than we usually have. We're educated in such a way. Oh, there you go. Eagle might be here. So I'll just unmute that and see what we got.
Я просто не вижу, где Андрей, куда мы подевали, что происходит.
It's like that scene in Sketches. We're just waiting for something to happen.
Мы ждем, чтобы что-то произошло.
Вот.
appears as though we may be having some tech issues at the other end. I can see that they're trying to do something in the other room. It's obviously been shared with us, but we cannot yet hear Igor. I'm not sure if he has turned up there yet. The bonuses are sounding great. Guys, there's a lot of questions in here that that I'm seeing that have actually already been answered in the previous webinars, so you may wish to go back and have a look at those. Yep, another one of those questions. When will the STA take place? It was covered in the last webinar, so if you go back and watch that, you'll get the answers that you need with that. Hey, Igor has a bad connection. All right, so guys, let's, what we'll do is Arman said that Igor would share this on Monday, and he's just told me that he won't participate. So I'm going to share the screen that I had, that I had up for you guys before. Just bear with me for a sec. We'll find the right slide and we'll be golden. That one there, okay. Cool, can you guys see that all right? Just give me a plus in the chat if you can see that, please. Awesome, great, and you guys can hear me okay? I can't see the Russian chat, but hopefully we're getting translation on that side too. So what Armand has just told me is that he will be available on the 9th. So Igor will be giving his presentation on the 9th, and he will be providing info for the last 7 months. So it will definitely be, and to be honest, guys, it's probably a lot of scope that's too big for what we've got tonight anyway, or today. So make sure that you're on that webinar on the 9th. I'm sure it will be heavily advertised in the back office. You'll be able to see exactly what has been happening in the portfolio for the last 7 months. So a lot of those questions about the portfolio specifically will be answered. Okay, so Yulia's, my sound come back up now. Is it okay? Yes, cool. All right, guys, so I'm just going to run through these promotions, these latest promotions that we've got, and then we're going to wrap things up. It's been a very productive webinar this evening. Obviously, I hope you got a lot from what Armand shared. As I was saying before, the power of thinking big cannot be underestimated, ladies and gentlemen. It is going to be one of the keys to your absolute success. So let's just have a look at what we've got in these promotions coming up, what you may or may not already be aware of. Now, obviously, the company wants us to be using cryptocurrencies a lot more to be topping up our accounts. So in order to do that, they've actually put on a promotion for us where we will get a 10% discount on the cost of the product. So anyone that tops up their personal account with a cryptocurrency, you'll get a preferential rate of less 10%. So if it's $8,000, then you'd get $800 off that, and you'd only have to top up of $7,200. So obviously, you'll be able to get those when Igor appear. No, Igor is not coming till Monday, as I said. Sorry, till the 9th. So, guys, if you top up by cryptocurrency, you are going to get a 10% discount in your back office. So you'll get things a little bit cheaper this round, which is absolutely fantastic. Now, we know that there are a lot of people that are still having issues with, sorry, the people are still asking. Pranoy, we've already said Igor will come on the 9th. He is having connection issues, so he won't be here tonight, okay? He'll be here on the 9th, and he'll give 7 months worth of transactions for everybody to see. Now, coming back to the point at hand, the cryptocurrencies here, guys, we know that there's a lot of people that are still a little bit, no, we're not sure how it works, and so forth, and so on and so forth. So what we've actually done, we've got together, there's 4 people that are doing it in 4 different languages. We've got Marshall Neonzima, we've got Dmitry Ivachenko, Dragos Stanciu, and of course, Jose Rodriguez is going to be delivering a cryptocurrency webinar to show you how you can top up wallets, how you can use your wallets, what wallets to use. Harren and I actually did one a few months ago, but of course, now we can get some fresh stuff as well back into it. The technology is changing reasonably quickly, so you need to be on top of it, okay? So make sure that you tune into one of these webinars here. You can see the dates and the times that will be applicable to you. I'll come back to those questions soon, guys. And so you can see the dates and the questions that will be applicable to you. and obviously make sure that you register for those. Now, they will be also available in the back office, but they've already been provided to your leadership council. So if you get in touch with those via your uplines, they will be able to provide those links for you. But as I said, I'm sure they'll be available in the back office as well. Now, we know last month we had that great promotion going on, and the month before, where we could get 20 units for people when they had verified. Well, we've opened it up just a little bit again. And for all new partners who've registered and verified their accounts between the 1st and the 30th of November, will receive a 15 unit bonus into their back office. So again, this is a nice little marketing tool that you can use for anyone to get on board and you say, hey guys, register for free, verify your account, and we're going to get 15 units put into your back account that you can put into or put towards your first package. So obviously that puts things at a discount for them as well. Definitely well worth jumping on and having a look at it. So again, guys, all new partners, they must be new registrations between the 1st and the 30th of November who verify their accounts will receive 15 units to the back office. And that's not to be sneezed at. So guys, make sure that you're onto it with the verification, take them through the processes and show them how to do it. The good thing about that is if you're showing them through it and you're taking them through step by step, you know that they're registered and locked into your account, and you know exactly where they are, and you can help them along the way, obviously. Now, guys, the fundamentals for the 8 courses of the private investor, or the 8 rules of the private investor. Now, due to a postponement of the start of the updated course of the Academy of Private Investors, the fundamental 8 rules or 8 courses of the private investor, until December. So that is the delay. It's the delay of the start now till December. It is still at a price of 1,600 units. However, it is only valid until the 15th of November. If you're unsure of where to find that, it is under your Academy of Private Investor tab in your back office. If you don't have that yet, then you add it the same way as you added the CRU tab. So you go and hit the little plus button up in your top of your tabs, and you can add the Academy of Private Investor there. And of course, you can have there's courses there, the eight rules there. You can top up your wallet by the same way. You can actually transfer between your wallets as well if you need to be able to purchase that course. But as I said, the start of that is delayed just slightly. All right, so new conditions for topping up your personal accounts, guys. From the 14th of November, we're going to stop taking and accepting cash payments through banks. Now, this creates massive headaches for the companies. All the companies, if anyone goes to the bank and tries to deposit cash, it raises red flags for the banks. Like, oh, okay, where's all this cash coming from? Of course, another thing with that is that any cash or any deposit over $5,000 through a bank transfer is going to come under more scrutiny. So they're going to say, okay, well, we need to verify where these funds have come from. This is what the banking system does to us. This is why we're trying to obviously create the new economic evolution of the world, so that we don't have to deal with these things. But right now, we do have to deal with them. Now, a way, of course, that you can get around this and not have to deal with it at all is to use cryptocurrency, which, of course, we're getting a 10% discount for using at this current time. But as I said, payments over $5,000 will have to verify where those funds have come from. In India, it's funds over $2,000 will have to verify where they have come from. But again, no more cash payments will be accepted at banks. They will be turned away. The banks will be given instruction. And the other thing with that is that you can see it in their list of documents required. Where is it? I read it before. Yeah, list of required documents will be placed all in the partner's offices. So you'll be able to see what you need to be able to verify those transactions. So anything over $5,000 will require the documents. Anything over $2,000 in India, and of course, no cash transactions will be accepted. Okay, so make sure that you're not trying to deposit cash into the banks. It does create headaches for the companies. So let's try and avoid that as best we can. Now, for those of you who missed it the other day, there was a webinar on the 26th. Now, a lot of these questions that people are asking right now were answered in this webinar. So absolutely go and check out the company YouTube channel, Skyway Invest Group or SWIG YouTube channel, and you'll be able to see all of the information that's listed here, the new partners that we've got on board and the exciting technologies that we're involved with. Obviously, you heard Dimitri talk a little bit about a few of them before and where that is heading for us and what that looks like. So it's very, very cool. It explains what the bonus profit is and why it's called bonus profit, right? Because we need to use a specific terminology. Okay, bonus profit is the terminology we need to use. We've got to eradicate any other terminology from our vocabulary at the moment for legislation and regulation purposes. So we need to make sure that we're on top of that. It shows you how the bonus profit is calculated and what that's basically based on. Of course, when Igor comes through on the 9th and goes through the entire portfolio, we'll find out more about that as well. It'll talk about when the company will initiate the STO, which again, it's already, we went through it just the other night. Excuse me for a second. I think I'm going to sneeze. Maybe not. No. The more I talk, the more I want to sneeze. Okay, it's gone. Cool. So it'll talk about what investment, it did talk about what investment instruments are included in the portfolio, how the bonuses for who participated in the company. And of course, Mila covered off a little bit on that tonight as well. But a lot of the questions that I am seeing coming through up here have already been answered in that webinar. So make sure that you go back and listen to that. The date was the October 26th. So you'll be able to find that quite simply on the YouTube channel there. Now I'm just going to go through and get some of these questions out of the way because that's where we go to now into the Q&A. So let's have a quick look. Okay, so Annie's put something in the chat up here, guys. In order to plan a master profit, please complete the form, the language for your business partners. There's English, Russian, Hindi, and Italian up there for you guys to fill out for those of you asking about master profit. Can we still get express qualifications of 2 legs? No, that promotion ended on the 15th of October. It was already extended once. It got discussed in the Presidential Council and it was decided that no, we'd extended it far enough. Yes, for the 10th birthday party, right? Yes, please, 2 legs qualification. As I said, already covered that. Cashier's check still permitted. That's a good question, Rosalind. Again, if it's over $5,000, you'll have to verify where that has come from, where the funds and everything have come from. But I guess a cashier's check is probably pretty legit. Company makes the strangers about working in 2. Right? How's the what coming? Again, it was covered on the webinar, so go back and watch that from the 26th. But that's the only questions I can see coming here. And that bonus profit, what's the first bonus profit date? Again, that was covered in the webinar, so go and watch it. 26th, that's it. 2 more messages. Abdul, Nuxed, go and watch the webinar from the 26th. It's mentioned in there. Same with the question above it. And Pranoy, that question is going to be answered in that webinar as well. Hey, Ronald, that's a really good point. He's saying the profit bonus is very little. Why not just reinvest everything in the company and skip the bonus? That's obviously you've got an option to voice that opinion. I believe it's because Andre wants to show people that there is actually money coming out from it. Now, what we've got to remember is that investing or getting a return on anything like this is something that takes time. So we shouldn't expect a huge payment right from the start. Warren Buffett said this about becoming rich. He said it's kind of like making a snowball. You need start with a little bit of snow, a really long wet hill or a really long hill with wet snow on it, and it slowly builds and builds and builds. And as it does build, it starts getting exponentially bigger. So it's not important how much you're getting right now. It's what will it turn into in the future, and that's what we actually all need to focus on. Yep, absolutely. I don't know if that's you, Armands, but without Igor, yep, we're just doing the Q&A and went through the, hey John, just went through the promotions like we were supposed to. But we're getting a lot of the same questions that are coming up now, guys. So, and most of them have been answered in that webinar. So if you do have those questions, I absolutely implore you to go back and watch the webinar from the 26th, October the 26th. All right, guys. this is us for this evening. Thank you very much for being with us for this last couple of hours. It's been a pleasure to be here with you, and I hope you got plenty out of everything that was shared with us all tonight. Make sure you tune in on the 9th. That link should be up in the back office to be able to hear what Igor has to say. Obviously, with his internet connection issues this evening, he was unable to make it with us. But anyway, guys, go out, use the information that you've received this evening, build your business, absolutely go and prosper. You deserve it. And I look forward to seeing you all at the very next event that we have. Have a great evening, ladies and gentlemen. Take care.